Vivo Power, one of the new companies that just invested in an XRP strategy, was interviewed, and you should definitely listen to what they have to say about XRP. Numerous fresh details on the case will also be examined. As an illustration, June 16 has been described as just another day in the litigation, including the Ripple and SEC cases. We'll then discuss what to anticipate. Larry Frink, the executive chairman of BlackRock, has released a video clip in which he discusses digital assets. At the very end of this video, we will discuss some additional connected issues. Listen carefully, will we? I have had XRP since 2016 or 2017, and it was the first cryptocurrency token I ever purchased. After hearing Chris Lson speak at a restricted session for business owners in 2020, I was ecstatic and made the decision to increase my purchases in order to intensify my efforts. I became aware of my error when the SEC controversy surfaced. In short, I had lost everything I had here. It's incredible to watch it return, and it's even more exciting to be here today working with that and attempting to support the development of an XRP-based treasury while also enhancing the ecosystem by investing in DeFi solutions that are founded on XRP. That being said, I believe that businesses such as Strategy by Michael Saylor's success stems from their ability to provide investors with a return on investment that surpasses the net asset value alone. In order to demonstrate that the company's worth exceeds the value of the asset upon which it is built, they employ a because Bitcoin lacks a DeFi and yield generation component to the blockchain, this figure is sometimes referred to as MNAV. Since XRP doesn't inherently enable EVM compatibility and Bitcoin doesn't employ blockchain technology, Michael's accomplishments are quite outstanding. However, we are collaborating closely with Ripple, which is aiming to release blockchain compatibility for EVM soon. It will occur on the XRP ledger eventually. Beyond simply keeping XRP and profiting from it, which is something we absolutely want to do, I believe there will be a lot more opportunities for decentralized finance and yield production. We aim to finance the ecosystem itself in addition to rewarding our stockholders. As you and Kevin mentioned, during my time on the Ripple board of directors, we worked hard to determine how we could support developers and entrepreneurs that wished to expand on top of the XRP ledger. By allocating a specific portion of our earnings to those developers, we hope to increase that and boost the reputation of what we are doing with Vivo Power. In this manner, we will not only use the ecosystem to generate revenue for our shareholders, but we will also contribute to its growth. We employ a technique whereby, rather than aiming for a larger profit or a larger share of the pie, we want to increase the pie for all. Nevertheless, there is a special feature of the Vivo model that you should consider. This individual served as the CEO of SBI Mining Chip, the CEO of SBI Ripple Asia, the CEO of BRD for Coinbase, and a board member of Ripple. Without a doubt, this individual has had a quite colorful career. Whoa, that's just incredible to hear. However, I want you to know that other firms are searching for companies that are beginning to establish their own cryptocurrency strategy. These companies include the top 500, the top 5D, and any other company you can think of. It's obvious that not all businesses will line up to purchase Bitcoin, but some will. For instance, a suggestion to employ Bitcoin as a strategy was recently rejected by Meta's shareholders. While it is true that not all large corporations will participate in the fund, those that do will not be pleased with Ethereum and Bitcoin. They'll go with other cryptocurrencies instead. We'll also consider how beneficial this is for XRP. Additionally, Messari is disseminating some information, and businesses are considering using XRP as a treasury. Vivo is providing $300 million for Wakers International Power, of which $121 million is for logistics. This will eventually be more than just a list of 3 different businesses. This project will receive hundreds of millions of dollars from 10, 50, or even 100 corporations. The total value of these investments for XRP will be in the billions. The ETFs are then started. Then, by informing everyone about a new era of digital assets and the use of digital currencies, you incite FOMO, fear of missing out. frequently used on a daily basis by people who most likely won't even be aware of it till this whole situation is gone. It's time to change direction. Many individuals have told me that there are 9 days left to lead and 9 days left to act. I apologize for not knowing this sooner. To what extent is the Ripple case nearing its conclusion? What role does the 16th play? June has passed, despite the fact that it is a legitimate and significant deadline. Despite being a significant date, June 16th is not a procedural milestone. The lawsuit is far from over. In April, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit immediately halted the appeals process for a period of 60 days. This came about as a result of requests from Ripple and, depending on how the deadline was announced or determined, the SEC will either forward settlement negotiations on June 15 or June 16. At that point, the break is expected to expire, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is required to provide a status report detailing the current state of the negotiations and any advancements that have been made. What comes next? The appeal or cross-appeal procedure will recommence, and Ripple will be required to submit its briefing, if the SEC fails to file a status report or if the report indicates that no progress has been made. If the judge is currently contemplating a new motion or settlement agreement, the court may decide to extend the recess for an additional 60 days. We know that Ripple and the SEC have reached a consensus on several topics over the past few months, but Judge Torres was not present for the progress report. One of these is that Ripple would have saved $75 million if the deal had been reduced from $125 million to $50 million. Keep in mind that Gary Gensler requested $2 billion in the event that this occurred. Ripple would have suffered greatly if it had occurred. What will the court do in this case? I believe they have likely struck a settlement. The judge, in my opinion, is the only one who truly knows what she will do. A guess regarding the settlement. The likelihood of a settlement is a subject of much speculation. Much discussion on social media. The existence of a settlement agreement has not yet been formally confirmed. Never forget that you should never fall in love with a single date, since you will be disappointed a lot. I have 5 years of experience in the Bitcoin industry, and in my early years there, I was constantly wondering, oh my God, no, June 5th, let's go, we're going to pump. Then it would occur with no action taken. I became aware that this was FOMO, or other people's dread of missing out, and I was getting excited by their words. I'm going to stop doing that because, from what I understand, it will take some time. You may rely on me to report what it does at the appropriate time and location. The operation of Ethereum as a block is described on this page. Larry Frink, the CEO of BlackRock, is pictured here, discussing his thoughts on digital assets openness and the flow of money. Ethereum's use as a blockchain could therefore increase significantly if we are. There will be an increase if these assets' acceptance, transparency, and analytics are improved. However, whether there